Hello, welcome back to my channel where I invite you to eat plants with me. I have some exciting news. I have been certified. I know what I'm talking about, guys. I was certified in nutrition studies in an online course. It was done by Colin T. Campbell, who I'm sure all of you know. He wrote the China study, and there were lots of our favorite doctors throughout the course, and I really enjoyed learning so much more about plant-based nutrition, and I am here to share my knowledge with you. Today, I wanted to just go over what plant-based nutrition is. It's a whole food plant-based diet, which the term whole food plant-based was coined by Dr. T. Colin Campbell. What it means is that you eat food in its natural form, right? We don't eat all the processed foods that we can buy from the grocery store. Basically, when you're at the grocery store, the only sections you're really going to are the produce section, unfortunately the dairy section, but where they have the plant-based milks, if that's what you want to have, but you have it in its most whole form. So say you're buying plant-based milk, if you're getting soy milk, you buy it in its most whole form. And how do you do that? You look at the ingredients on the side of the box and it only says soy and water, oats and water. Whatever kind you're having, the only other ingredient should be water. Do not buy the ones that have all the crazy ingredients in it. You don't want any of that. It's not necessary and it's not going to benefit you in any way. And it probably costs a little bit more money. And then you can go over to the grain aisle. You're going to go over to the cereal aisle for your oats. You'll go to the rice aisle and you're going to get your rice and your quinoa and all those delicious grains. And you can even venture on over to the frozen food section and you can get potatoes. You can get your favorite vegetables, your favorite fruit, as long as on that nutrition label, the only thing that you see is the thing that you're buying. So if you're buying broccoli, it should only say broccoli. If you're buying like a fruit medley, it should only have the fruits that you're buying. There shouldn't be any yogurt or anything else in there, like a smoothie combo thing that they like to sell. If you're buying potatoes, you guessed it, it should only say potatoes, which there are some really good potato products that are frozen, because I know that we all struggle sometimes. We buy everything fresh because that's how we want it, but guess what? It goes bad before we can eat it. I have fallen prey to this. I have thrown away so many things because I just can't eat it fast enough. So if it's something that you know you won't probably eat all of it in one sitting, if you don't have a whole family that you're cooking for, well, first of all, you can make it and then you can freeze it yourself, but you can also buy it frozen. And guess what else? You can even venture on over to the canned food section if you so desire. Just make sure that you check those labels. Watch your sodium. Those really have a lot of sodium in the canned vegetables. And my other staple in my pantry is vegetable broth. It is so easy to cook with. You don't want to go to that oil section. So instead of pouring oil into your pot to cook with, you're going to pour some vegetable stock in there, or you can do water, and you'll just saute everything in that, and it doesn't stick to your pot or pan, and it is so much healthier for you. Another thing that you're going to hear me talk about a lot is calorie density. So if you're here for health, you don't necessarily have to listen to this portion, but if you're here for weight loss, which so many people are, because even if like you're here for health, you know, weight loss, that comes hand in hand, because being overweight brings health issues to so many people. I mean, it just goes hand in hand, unfortunately. So Calorie density means how many calories are in a pound of said food. So the more calories that are in a pound of this food, the more dense it is. So oil is like the most dense calorie wise that there is. Like if you put a pound of oil, which no one's going to drink or use or eat a pound of oil, if you do, but if you do, then there is more calories in that pound. And yes, you're not eating a whole pound, you're only eating like maybe a tablespoon of it to cook your veggies or put into a salad dressing or something, but it's still so many calories for such a small amount, and you could eat something so much healthier and you barely even taste it. Speaking of taste, so many people come to whole food plant-based, and we are so used to the standard American diet, which is also coined as the SAD diet. Why? Because it makes us all sad, and because it's the acronym. But it is apropos, is it not? So you have the SAD diet. We're so used to so much sugar and so much salt and oil, and that really is going to, like, that's what our taste buds are so used to, is those rich foods. And we start eating like this and you're like, oh, this is so bland, this is so boring, it doesn't have all the flavors that I'm so used to. But guess what? Your taste buds change. They do. I know that sounds really weird, but it's like, I'll have to look it up, but I think it's like every 7 days or something, your taste buds change. So now when I cook, like if it even has salt in it, a lot of times I'm like, oh, this is too much salt. Like I don't even add salt. I don't even like salt anymore. And I used to be so terrible with salt. Like I would sit down and I wouldn't even try the food. I'd be like, pass the salt, please. No more. I might add a little bit of pepper. There's lots of other ingredients that don't have salt in them that make our food so delicious. So I'm really excited to share my knowledge that I've received from this awesome certification, knowledge I've already had before that because I've done a lot of my own research, and to help all of you get on this health journey along with me. And I know that a lot of you have already been with my channel, and if you haven't, I have been on a weight loss journey for quite some time. I live a very stressful life, so my journey is not as quick as a lot of other people's because my body just loves to hold on to fat, and I know that's my issue. The beautiful thing is I'm not at my goal yet, so I'm on this journey with you. I have lost so far over 40 pounds, and I still probably have, not probably, I definitely have 40 more to go. So I'm really excited to share this with you guys, to go through it with you. But why would you, someone who wants to reach a goal, want to follow along with me who has not reached my goal? But here's the thing. I've reached my health goals. I am healthy. I went to the doctor and I had all the tests ran, and they literally came in and said, the nurse actually came in and she is like, I have to tell you, I just had to come in and tell you, I have not seen someone as healthy as you are in such a long time. And she said, all of your tests are beautiful. Everything, all your scanning, all your imaging looks perfect. Like, I've not seen someone like this in so long that I just had to come in and tell you. And I was like, oh my gosh, really? That's amazing. What's even more amazing is that the last time I went to the doctor before that, I had gone to an urgent care where the doctor basically sat me down and said, you're the 3 Fs: fat, female, and 40. In America, this is what everyone assumes, especially doctors. They hear you are a plant-based you live a plant-based lifestyle, and they just instantly, all my kids' doctors have done it too. Oh, you don't eat meat? Let me run a whole blood panel on you. Make sure your kids are getting everything you need. Guess what? They're getting everything they need. They are not deficient in anything that they are deficient in vitamin D. So they took a supplement for that, but we also lived under a giant gray cloud living in Ohio. So of course they are. Most people in Ohio and anyone up in the northern parts of the United States and Canada, they're deficient in vitamin D. It's pretty common, unfortunately. So, but other than that, I mean, you can get everything you need for the most part, other than B12, which we will talk about, in a plant-based diet. Vitamin B12 can be found in your fortified foods. It can be found in fortified plant milks. It can be found in my favorite, Nuchi Buchi. If you guys have been around my channel for a while, Nuchi Buchi is my favorite. It's nutritional yeast, but I call it Nuchi Buchi because, I don't know, it's fun to say. And a lot of people call it Nooch. So I call it Nuchi Buchi. I don't know. I'm a weirdo, but it's a fun word. So my Nuchi Buchi is usually fortified with vitamin B12. And it's not just vegans or vegetarians that need this. B12 is something that all people need to supplement a lot of the times because it doesn't actually come from animals. It comes from the animals are given so that you get it too from them, and it's a lower quality. So you're really going to do best by eating the fortified foods, fortified plant-based foods, or by having a supplement. What else is whole food plant-based? It's delicious starches and grains and vegetables and fruit. Everything that you can get from the earth is something that you can eat. Bonus, nothing has to die for you to eat it. A lot of people are not here for the moral reasons, and so I won't touch too far into that, but that is part of why I do it. It's not why I started, but now I do it also for the morality of not causing suffering or death to any living sentient beings. However, what I'm really touching on is the nutritional value and how to help you become healthier and happier and live as long as you can in this body, that the only body you have been given. All right, we only live once. It's only lasts as long as we're here for. I think it's really important to fuel your body with as much healthy things that are going to help your body fight cancer, not create cancer. And that involves not drinking alcohol, not eating any red or processed meats, not consuming any kind of dairy. All of these things are really, really bad for you. You can look online at the CDC's, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention's website. It is cdc.gov, and you can do a search for carcinogens, and you will find that a lot of them are right there. I mean, our government is even telling us, like, don't eat red meat. It's so bad for you. But even chicken, that everyone has always thought was the better option, it's not. None of this is healthy. And then another thing that we do is moving our body. Moving our body is so important. It's like they always say, you don't use it, you lose it. That is true of muscles. That is true of bone density. They talk about women and bone density and how we need to drink all this calcium, consume all this calcium. No, we need to use our body. That's what we need. Calcium is actually detrimental. But I'm just touching base on these things. You can do your own research, and believe me, I have done mine. And I am here to encourage you to do your own research, but to also share my knowledge and help you become as healthy as possible and live as long as possible. And feel as good as possible in the body that you were given, that you only get for a short time on this earth. So thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again on more videos and more content that I'm going to be putting out for all of you. And if you have any questions, please, please, please put them down below in my comments section. I would love to touch base on them in future videos, or even to, if you want to work with me one-on-one, I'd be happy to do that with you. Just reach out to me either down below, or my email is also linked down below. But for sure, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and the like button so that YouTube knows how amazing this content is and more people can see more of it. Make sure to ring the bell down below as well so that you get notified when I put out new content. All right, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.